Congratulations, you just bought yourself a house. Now let's start saving you some money. First thing you're going to want to do is file for your homestead exemption. So this is a little tax discount that the county gives for anyone that is primarily living in their property. So if you're using this for rent or to make money as like a Airbnb, this is not applicable to you. This is only if you are actually living in the house and using it as your primary residence. First thing you're going to want to do is have your driver's license switched over to your new address. So your new ID has to represent the address that you're applying for to prove that that is actually your primary residence. Let's jump into the application. Every county has its own application. So Tarrant County, you're going to go to TAD. If you're in Wise County, you're going to go to the Wise appraisal department, and Denton, and so forth. So I'm going to show you what 2023 TAD's application looks like. Most of them are exactly the same. So it's really simple. Let me show you. So number one, you're going to fill out your owner's information, just your name, your address, and also what's the best way that they can contact you in case they do need some like verifications of something. I think for Ludwin, they had emailed him one or two things, but it was super simple. Okay, this application is broken up in little sections. There's going to be a dark gray section saying step 1, step 2, step 3. So let's walk it over. Let's walk through this. Step 1, you're going to enter your legal description, that's your address, and your deed filing information. Deed filing information was when did you close on your property? And it doesn't have to be the exact date if you can't find your papers, doesn't have to be the exact date if you can't. Try to see if you find an email from one of us or from title company, and that can sort of pinpoint the date. Manufactured home, if you're living in a modular home, this is what you're going to include. You're going to include the make, model, and the ID number specified for your property. If it's a double wide, you might have 2 IDs. Okay. Step number 2 is marital status. That one's pretty simple. Owner information. Are you filing a late application? So if you bought the house this current year, the year that you're living in at the moment, no, you're not filing a late application. If you are filing it for maybe 2 years ago or 3 years ago, then you're going to say yes. And you're just going to say which you can actually include the years, those previous years, into this exemption. Sometimes I've heard that they give a prorated discount. Okay, do you own and live in the property for which you are seeking this residence? Yes. And on what date did you begin occupying this residence? You're going to put in your closing date. Next question, provide the complete location address of your previous residence. So that is your previous address. Where did you live before? Do you own other residential property in Texas? If yes, then you have to just disclose what other properties do you include, and they're going to verify that you're not claiming homestead on those properties. Are you claiming homestead exemption on any of the properties? Hopefully you'll be saying no. And if you owned a home and had a homestead exemption on that previous property, this is not applicable to that. This is only if you currently own multiple properties and you have homestead, you might be moving the homestead application from one house to another house. So that's where this might come into handy. Heirship, just read through that. Usually I haven't had to do anything with heirship or cooperative. Usually at the bottom where it says 11.43 subsection, this is where I'm going to start reading. If you're a veteran, you can include yes, you're a veteran. That first one, you're going to verify that you have updated your driver's license. Number 3, that's usually I'm a resident of a facility that provides services related to health, infirmity, or aging. You can include that. I am certified for participation in the address confidentiality program administered. If you know what that means, you can do that. Step number 4, we're just filing, most of us are just filing for general residence homestead. If you are of the age of 65 or older, props to you, you guys get additional. And there's a few different categories that you guys can file in. I do know I have helped a lot of you disabled veterans, so you guys can apply there for that and probably send them the paperwork that says you're a disabled veteran. Okay, and we just skip through all of that. So, and then at the bottom of the page, you're just gonna sign your name, date, and send it in. So this does have page 3, it's just important information, but if you wanna read through it. However, at the top of page 1, it says return completed application to TARRANT Appraisal District. So you'll just mail this all back into them. Alrighty, if you do their application online, all you have to do is just fill it all in and print it out and send them a copy of your driver's license, and that should be good enough. If you want to send them just props, you want to send them a copy of your closing settlement statement, just to show the date and all that, you guys can do that as well. So I hope this helps. You only have to do this one time, so you only file your homestead application once, and just enjoy for the rest of your time living in that property. On to saving.